Hi everyone, welcome to the Dataholics YouTube channel. I am Akshat Agrawal, and in this video we are going to understand and practice Lambda functions in Python. So before directly studying about Lambda function, let me remind you that you will get all the notes, all the codes, programs, whatever I'm doing in this Python for data science series. You will get all the notes and everything in this GitHub, github.com, Akshat Agrawal 1998 Python-classes, right? And the link to this GitHub repository is already attached in the description section of each video. So please refer to these notes while you study. For example, in this video, we are going to study Lambda function. So the name of the file will be class #15 Lambda function. So if you scroll down, you will see this class #15 Lambda function, right? So the notes are already here. So just read it, refer it so that you can understand the concepts well. And yeah, so by now, when I'm recording this video, I'm already running a series called Python for Data Science, in which we have studied from Python basics, variables, data types, strings, operators, conditional statements, functions, then generator functions, then you know, recursions. Now in this video we are going to study Lambda functions, then we will study about data structures in Python, and code optimization, interview questions. So there are lots of topics which we are going to cover, exception handling, file handling. So stay tuned to our YouTube channel, the Dataholics, and study Python well. Let us understand things in a practical manner. So without wasting much of the time, let us directly jump and understand Lambda functions. So Lambda functions are like just like functions in Python, which are created for some specific tasks. But there are a few properties of Lambda function by which it is much used. That first property, it is a one-liner function. This function is created only in one line. This function does not have any name, so that is why we call it as anonymous function. Then the syntax of Lambda function is like Lambda keyword. This is the keyword. This cannot be changed. Uppercase, lowercase, no, only lowercase. Then x or any other inputs, a colon, and then the expression, whatever a calculation or expression you want to do, you want to perform. Lambda functions cannot have loops inside it, like list comprehension or for loops. No, we cannot have any while loop or for loop inside a Lambda function in expression section. No. A Lambda function can take any number of arguments, that is x, comma y, comma z, anything, any number of arguments, but only one expression. Expression will always be only one, right? So let us see some examples practically. So let's say I want to calculate the square of a number, and I create a normal function def square bracket x parameter, return x raised to the power 2, and when I call this function with 6, it is returning 36. So this function is created in roughly 2 lines, right? Although this is a very basic function, but yeah, I hope you understand. This is taking 2 lines. But the same function I can create using Lambda function. So y is equal to lambda keyword x argument, right? One variable colon and the expression x raised to the power 2. And when I call y bracket 5, it will give me the square of 5. See, 25. So that is the Lambda function. This function does not have any name, but I cannot call it by using any name of the function. This is the argument. It cannot have any for loop or while loop inside it. It can have only one expression. Correct? Let us see sum of two integers. So a is equal to lambda keyword x comma y. Now this time we have two different variables. Colon, only one expression. Variables or arguments can be any 2, 3, 4, 5, but expression will always be one. And when I call this a with the 4 comma 5, since there are two arguments, so I have to call it with two variables, two arguments, two values, and that is, hence it is giving the output as 9. See, right? C is equal to Akshat, C of 2 will give S. So let's say I want to create a function to check whether the first letter of a given string is A or not, right? So I'm showing you multiple examples so that we are open up with multiple types of logic building using Lambda function. So again, the logic will be very similar. Lambda x will be the string, basically the argument, the parameter, colon x bracket 0, the index 0 of x equal to a. So if this condition is true, then it will return true, otherwise the function will return false. So b of apple, it is returning true because At 0th index we have A. This is returning false because at 0th index we don't have A, it is B. So true and false, right? Similarly, yeah, just to create this function, we would have written this many large function, right? So if a string of 0 is equal to A, or a string of 0 is equal to capital A, return true else false, right? So check A banana false. So you see, the task is handy in one line only. That is the major purpose of lambda function, right? So we can also check whether a number is even or odd. B is equal to lambda x, x is our number, even colon. Now this is the whole expression. Even if x mod 2 equal to 0, otherwise else odd, right? So we can have such expressions, but we cannot have loops inside lambda function, right? So these are some of the examples of lambda functions. Now I will also help you to understand map function and reduce and filter function. Reduce is I have used less in data science career, but map and filter we use very frequently. So basically, what is map function? Map function is used to map an expression to all the items of any iterable. For an example, if I take you to this notebook. Let's say we have a list of items like 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to calculate the square of each item. So I'll map it. 1 square will be 1, 2 square will be 4, 3 square will be 9, and 4 square will be 16. So this is nothing but this can be easily achieved with map and lambda together. It is very easy using these two functions together, right? So basically map function is used to map any expression to all the items. The expression is here, the expression here is x raised to the power 2 to all the items of this list, right? So this is the purpose of map function. And let me show you example here directly. So let's say we have a list L is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the syntax, okay, yeah, this is important. Syntax of map function is only two things it requires: map, expression, what do you want to apply, and then iterable. On which iterable? Iterable means either a list, tuple, set, or string, or something like this, over which we can iterate using a loop or something. Iterable, right? So expression comma iterable. See, so okay, yeah. So list is this, right? So let me first print something for you. Print map bracket. The expression, our expression will be through lambda function. Lambda x colon x raised to the power 2 to get the square of all the items. So this whole is the expression. Now after this comma, iterable will be the list, correct? So if I run this, you will see the first output will it just created a map object at this memory location. It did not actually print the output because we have to put this map object into a list like this. See, list of this whole will give us a list in return, correct? So this is one of the examples of lambda map function. Now another example, if I want to check all the numbers for even or odd, so what I can do is list of map lambda x and x mod 2 equal to 0. So if this condition is true, for whichever item this condition is true, it will return true, otherwise false. And this L is the iterable. So this whole is the expression for lambda function, map function. This is the iterable, and this whole will return this kind of output, right? So in nutshell, map function will create map function expression comma iterable. This map function will create a map object. Otherwise, but it will not return the output in a list or something. So we have to convert it into a list to get the desired output. Right? I hope we are clear till here. So this is the example of map function. Let's see one more example. Let's say we have a list of fruits is equal to apple, orange, mango, guava. We have a task to find fruits whose name contains E. Right? So what I will do now, we have to filter the fruits from the list which contains E. So there is another higher order function called filter. So filter Lambda x will be the string. In first x, the value of x will be apple, then orange, then mango, then guava when we iterate over the list. E in x, this is E in is the membership operator. We have already studied it in strings. E in x, comma, this is the iterable. So filter function is just like map function, but the map function, the purpose of the map function is to map the expression to the list, and the purpose of filter function is to apply a condition to filter the data from any iterable. Again, the syntax of map and filter both are very similar. Expression, comma, iterable. Here in our case, expression was E in X. This is the main expression, right? And iterable is the fruits list. So this is how we can understand about filter function. So whenever you encounter any situation where we have to filter the data out of the whole iterable, then filter function can be applied. So filter, this whole is the expression, and this is the fruits list on which this expression is to be applied, right? So that's how it works in Python about map function, filter function. We have so many more examples here. I want to filter all the numbers greater than 4. So lambda x, where x is greater than 4 from the list L, right? So again, it seems to be very simple actually. Just practice enough questions, 5 to 10 questions for map, for 5 to 10 questions for filter. To achieve the same thing which we have written in one line, we could have written this whole for loop. Right now, you think which one is better? Easy, lambda functions, right? So that is why we use these functions. And now here is a quick exercise for you with solution. I have already given the solution here, but I would suggest you, before directly jumping to the solution, please try to solve this question yourself. And if you're able to solve it, that's very good. I appreciate all your efforts. Post your solutions in the comment section, and that's how we understand about lambda functions and map and filter functions, which are very useful sometimes, right? And if you are getting value from these videos, please consider liking to this YouTube video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, right? So I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.